Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out a game called Disillusion by developer True Valhalla. This is designed in Game Maker. It is an abstract platformer with a focus on exploration. I'm told it was made in 72 hours for a competition and it tied for first place. It's just a lovely soundtrack, I have to say, from sitting on the menu for a moment here, and I'm quite excited to check this one out. Even just the fact that there are these little, like, almost Firefly-esque pixels moving in and out certainly sets the tone. I have a pretty high level of expectation for this one. I have a feeling it's going to be really good. So let's jump right into things. All I've seen so far of this is the very first screen, which basically entails me walking from this side to the right side of the screen. It scrolls a little bit. There's some lava, you'll see. Alright, so let's talk to this guy here. Go, my apprentice, go to the end of the world, find the holy artifacts, our only hope for survival. Alright, pretty simple start point here. There's a little dude with brown hair, and it looks like a sword. We have set our waypoint, and we're going to be doing a little bit of platforming. So far, so good, though. Nothing too difficult. Looking around, I just want to take note of the fact that everything has a definite minimalistic feel to it, as was mentioned previously. There is not a lot going on graphically, but what's there, it really does well to supplement the vibe of everything. There's like a nice haze, as you can see over the foreground, those Firefly-esque pixels that I mentioned a moment ago, and then we've got little bits of particles shooting out of the lava and actually repelling back down a little bit, which definitely hints at what that is supposed to be. Also the sense of glow coming off of it, and the fact that it seems to almost deflect the pillar that's coming out of it. I'm sure you don't want me to talk about the lava anymore. Let's move on to the right. Alright, so we've left this stronghold area, and we are now in the actual proper game world. I'm not sure if these are enemies or just like happy chickens. Let's see if they can hurt us. Nope. Alright, we're safe. We've got a few levels of parallaxing environment, some trees, some little bits of water here. Do we get some kind of a splash animation if we walk through the water? Yeah, we do, actually. And what about if I fall in? Is that... oh, that's death. Okay, retrieving your soul from purgatory. Very nice, very nice. So, we are back in. And it looks like we've got our first bad guy here, which we want to transfer their sword. Hopefully he's not too hard to fight. Oh, we've got actually a little RPG element. Wow, that was actually surprisingly violent. Wasn't expecting that. A little block here to land on. I'd probably rather just avoid combat entirely if that's a possibility. I would think it probably is. And let's just keep moving on. Press C to use. I'm guessing that's some sort of a health. Yeah, okay. I'll just jump right over this guy. I don't see a reason to fight him unless it won't let me proceed, and it does. Oh wow, look at this. We've got rain effects now, which actually happen to land on all the land marks. We've got the tree with the little particle effects, all the pillars, and the water itself looks like it might be reflecting a little bit of the raindrops, which is a lovely thing. In fact, also the giant moon in the background, and it looks like some butterflies. A really good sense of ambience. I was supposed to jump off the top here, and I just chose not to for some reason. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. Oh, I messed up again. Browsing the auction house for better armor. Not sure what that means exactly. Oh, okay, there does appear to be another route down below us. I saw that bad guy, which sort of made me look for a path, and it looks like we can go that way as well. I'm going to take the top route for now. I'm not sure if we'll be able to go back, but I'll certainly give it a shot. That music I mentioned from the beginning hasn't gotten any less lovely. It's really, really nice music. Oh, what's up with this dude here? We got a giant guy with a club, and it looks like sort of Ogmo eyes a little bit. I might have to fight this guy, although... actually, I might be able to just barely be able to jump over his head. If I can time it right, that is. Oh, alright. Well, that'll work. Let's just get down here, where it's a little bit safer. I did notice there seems to be a lever, so I guess that's a shortcut if we wanted to go back. I don't see a real reason to go back, though, so I guess we'll just keep pushing onward. We've reached a dark cavern here, and looks like possibly some branching path. Oh, scary spider. Okay, I can't get out of here, so... oh, I died. Alright, let's find the missing pieces, and then everything's gonna be just fine. Maybe I don't want to go that way, because it seems like almost like a death trap. I'm sure I probably could have fought through them if I would have started swinging a little bit earlier, but I was insistent on getting out of that little spot instead of doing the right thing, which is probably to fight. Oh, well, I just fall in another pit. Kind of rushing this for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure this is a particularly long game, so I probably do want to take my time with it. I do like this, the cavern light effect that's going on here. I see this done in a lot of games, but rarely does it feel right. And this one feels like it gives you just enough light to be able to actually see what you're doing, and also still give you that feeling of, you know, somber isolation. It's not particularly constricting. Maybe would have liked a little bit more of a diffuse on the edge where it sort of turns into like a hard black edge. But whatever. Really not a real gripe. That's just a personal preference. Oh, geez. Giant spider death monster. I don't want to fight it. Gotten through pretty well without fighting stuff. What's up with this? There seems to be like a spot where the lava just ceases to glow anymore right here on this tile here. I probably would have extended that over one more tile, or put some sort of a diffusal tile next to it, so it would have just gradiented out. I don't know if either one of those is necessarily a word. There never was a holy artifact. All this effort was wasted. Well, is that really true? Am I supposed to jump off here? I can press C. Does that do anything? Was I supposed to fight those spiders? I wonder if there's like different endings depending on what you do. Well, I guess I'm just supposed to jump off here to my death. Congratulations, driven to obvious insanity by the lure of a facade. You made the only logical choice available, jumping off a cliff. Thanks for playing. Game by Matthew Bowden, created in 72 hours. Press the attack key to quit. Well, I appreciate that you told me that pressing the attack key will quit. That is something that most developers don't do me the luxury of telling. So, actually, that is the end of Disillusion. Surprisingly short. I actually thought it would be like 10-15 minutes long, but I think it ended up more like 5-ish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It was made in 72 hours, so honestly, really well done, actually. I just wish there was more, which is honestly the best complaint that a person can have. You know, leave the audience wanting more, they always say, and I feel like that is exactly what happened here. I'd also love to have the soundtrack, because it's really nice sounding. Granted, I try to make it a little louder than I usually do when I find the sound to be particularly nice, but the balancing is going to put my voice on priority over the music. So if you can't hear it particularly well, I urge you just go grab it yourself, play the game, see what you think of it. You can also try and mess around a little bit, take some of the alternate paths. As you notice, there was that, lower way to get through. And, maybe try fighting some of those other guys. It seems a shame to make those assets like that giant spider and the ogre and only use them once. But I guess that is sort of a mark of good game design, in that you don't want to overuse the assets you make at the same time. So you got to strike a nice balance between the two. I think that was achieved here. I just want more. That's all. So really, no negatives here aside from just wishing it was longer. But that is pretty much going to wrap us up for a surprisingly short episode of Indie Impressions. It happens on occasion. I'm sure we'll get back to you guys with a 40-minute episode real soon. If not tomorrow, probably coming up. Who knows, maybe a couple days or something. I like to pick games that vary in length just because, I don't let that dictate the length of the game, I don't let that dictate what the experience has to offer. There are games that are bite-sized and 5 minutes long that are just as fun, if not more fun, than games that I've played that last for 10 or 20 hours. Many first-person shooters, I feel, fall into that category where it might look beautiful, but the gameplay, honestly, is just so derivative and boring and bland that it sort of negates all the work that went into it. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not knocking those AAA games by any measure. It's just occasionally I do feel that way, which is why I kind of, like to do this show. Put the highlight on things that don't often get talked about, and I think Disillusion is a good example of one of those things, and I think it should be talked about. So go check it out. The link is going to be right in the description of this video. I think I've already said that, but regardless, I like to remind you guys things a lot of times. The other thing is it also will have the description, will have my social media links, which I will go over very quickly, as I always do, and I'll give you the abbreviated plugs today. So we've got the indie-impressions.com website if you want to catch up on anything you might have missed in the series. Over 430 episodes and going strong every single day, a new one. Different genres, different styles, different developers, all of that is browsable by genre tags and distribution model, platform tags, all that stuff. Just go check it out. It's real good. I've also got a forum over there, so if you want to, visit, start a conversation, join a conversation, any of that's all fair game. I've also got a Facebook page, facebook.com/indieimpressions, so if you want to leave a like over there, it takes a second, helps me out, and then you can stay up on every day's new episodes. I've also got a Twitter handle, which is @RockLeeSmile, so if you'd like to go follow me over there, I tweet pretty much on the daily about various things, sometimes funny stuff, sometimes personal stuff, sometimes game-related stuff. It's all over there, and just takes a second if you want to go visit. Entirely up to you, though. However you browse the web, I like to give you lots of options. And if you're an indie dev and you like to get in contact with me about the possibility of showing off your game, I do take suggestions from both devs themselves and from viewers, so feel free to get in touch with me, either if you want to send me a tweet or if you want to email me. I also have a contact form over on indie-impressions.com, so feel free to send me over an email. So that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to come back again tomorrow for another episode of the show, and please do leave me your feedback on this game, as always, in the comments below. I always enjoy hearing what your opinions are, what you think might have been done better, what you might have done differently, what you'd like to see going forward if this game were to be developed into a longer experience, and I'd be happy to chat with you guys about that stuff. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely night. I will talk to you tomorrow.